that place is wild. It's like that whole street is wild. Like 6th Street's like it's crazy. Like on Saturday night, we're looking through the window. It's like a zombie movie. All these people walking down the streets because it's closed off.
It's a little bit like L.A.
Well, parts of it are.
I didn't expect that.
There's more tents lately. I've noticed. Like they clean them up and then they come back again. For a while, they had housed a lot of people.
It's not that as bad though. I guess
No.
L.A. has spots that
LA's crazy. LA doesn't make sense.
Isn't that wild? And that's the most expensive place to live in the United States, really. I mean, New York and LA, and they can get, them projects get.
The thing about cities like that is once they slide, it's real hard to bring them back because they're like battleships. When they're moving in a bad direction, when you're getting overrun by homelessness and crime, people just start moving out. And we have this, I think, a distorted idea that the way if something's great, it's going to stay great. If something's a thing that's valuable, it's going to stay valuable. People are going to get to a point where you're living in a place like that where there's tents everywhere. You go, I got to get the fuck out of here. And then everybody gets the fuck out of there, except for the people in the tents.
They're going to take it over then.
I mean, the whole thing is nuts. You're not even allowed to litter. You can't litter, right? So how can you leave all your shit in a tent on the sidewalk? What is that?
They have piles of trash.
The whole thing is crazy. It's like you can't just camp places. You got to there's got to be a better solution than just letting people camp places. And I don't know what Austin did for a while though. They housed people. They put them in hotels or something because they cleaned up a giant part of it. I know there's a bunch of programs to try to teach them trades, and there's like these housing options that some of the philanthropists out here have set up, where they're trying to kind of reintroduce some of these people back to the community. It's difficult, but they did something, and then it seems like it's kind of sliding back again. But it's all over the country now, which you never saw before. Never. When you were a kid, do you remember seeing people just camped out?
I lived in Flint, and I don't remember seeing a bunch of homeless people. You know what I mean? Flint is supposed to be a rough town in the hood, but I don't know, 20 years ago, life was different.
Don't they say there's like 100,000 homeless people in L.A.? Isn't it something crazy like that?
That's insane.
That's crazy. That's
scary.
Like the population of Boulder, Colorado.
That's scary.
Just homeless people.
How do people pull up though?
Is that true?
Like Cubans pull up to Miami on these boats that they got a piece of wood and they oared 20 or 90 miles in this boat with like 17 family members, and they pull up on the beach and they go start their life.
Yeah, but you know why? Because they're escaping communism.
Right. No,
So
I mean,
hungry.
props.
Right,
absolutely.
Right. But I'm saying these folks, they're not escaping communism. Most of them are mentally ill. Mm-hmm. When you're getting like homeless people, most of those people are mentally ill or like severe drug addicts.
Well, because they're on drugs.
Yeah. They're on drugs and they're mentally ill or both or because of. It's like... But that's a lot of it. And so like in San Francisco, that's the big criticism that there's a guy named Michael Schellenberger, and he wrote a book called San Francisco, describing like what happens when progressives ruin cities like they're ruining San Francisco. And he was saying like it just gets to a point where it's what's going on is too nuts. Like you're allowing these people to have these open air drug dens.
It's a choice
in front of everybody,
though.
and you're paying them money to stay there.
They're paying them money.
They're paying money. Yeah, they give them money. They interviewed these guys that were like camped out, and they're saying one of the good things about being a homeless person in San Francisco is they give you money. They give you like a certain amount of money. Yeah, give you a certain amount of money every month. And so there's no incentive to ever
bringing
leave.
it on themselves, but you gotta want more in life. You gotta see cool shit and be like, I fucking want to put those. It's hard to be organized. That's my biggest problem. Why I'm not so rich. I think I gotta organize my shit, man. I keep a bunch of mementos and I start hoarding shit. I'm like, damn, man, we're moving right now. I'm trying to buy this house. I'm supposed to close on a beautiful home, but we need a new appraisal. We got one, and they're getting another one, so they pushed the date. But I'm hoping we can get in here because I got the money for it. So let me in, and But, you know, forgot my point again, man. We should spark that back up. Maybe I'll remember.
Refire up the engines.
Man.